Welcome to another week of Trump Daddy SOB Week 7, the quarterly show. In this show, you already know we're going to get into it. We're going to get into the top 3 teams trending. We're going to get into the MVPs of the league and the well-requested ass whooping of the week. But first off, I'd like to thank all of my people who are still out here grinding with me, still in the league, still balling. I appreciate all y'all people. Continue to tell your friends, continue to get better players in the league so we can pretty much phase out all of the players who shouldn't be here. But okay, with that being said, let's get to these trending teams. All right, first off, we're going to start with the points per game, the top 3 trending teams. We got to go with number 1, the Rams. Why? Because these guys are in the top 3 as far as scoring points, as well as they're the only team still undefeated. So every week they step in, they're getting somebody's best, and they're still top 3 in scoring. That's something to be commended. So at number 1, we got the Rams. Number 2, we got the red hot offense, the leading scorer in the NFL right now, the Chiefs, man, coming in with 37.4 points a game. So yeah, they're definitely real hard workers, man. They definitely getting it out there. Chiefs, definitely a team you want to watch out for. And my third team, man, it was kind of hard, so I had to give it to 2 people. It goes to both the Packers as well as the Panthers. Why am I doing this? Because offensively, the Packers is the new hot team, but they coming in as a ball on offense. But when you look at the defensive side of it, it's the Panthers, man. The Panthers, they right there offensively with the Packers, but they're number 2 in defense, only behind the Rams. So I got to give number 3 offensively to the Packers. Defensively, I got to give it to the Panthers. And those are your top 3 teams trending right now. All right, we're going to move on to our players of the month, starting with the AFC. AFC, the offensive player of the month. It was a pretty easy call. You got to give it to your man Duke Johnson, because pretty much stat-wise, nobody is clean. I mean, you look at the passing for everybody, nobody is clean. Everybody that has touchdown passes have way too many interceptions, man. So pretty much that leaves, your running backs, because these receivers in the league, they ain't really getting it as much as you would like to. I mean, Tyreek Hill, he doing something as far as touchdown, but them yards ain't matching up with them touchdowns. So again, I had to give it to my boy Duke Johnson, who seems to be the most consistent running back in the league right now. As far as the AFC goes, only a touchdown behind Marshawn Lynch, but leading in yards. So again, Duke Johnson, congratulations, AFC Offensive Player of the Month. NFC wise, boy. I can never get too tired of talking about Christian McCaffrey out there balling, 17 touchdowns in only 7 games, man. Again, this man is probably your MVP of the league, but I gotta give this month's NFC Player of Offensive Player of the Month to your boy Aaron Rodgers, man. Why am I doing that? Because this man has trended up. He has put his team in the top 3 as far as teams trending right now. This man came in 4 interceptions last week, then goes into the next week, maintains that same level, and adds on 3 or 4 touchdowns with that. And you see that consistency, that raw consistency. Honestly, probably going to be the most consistent quarterback or offensive player in the league, only behind Matt Ryan. Unfortunately, Matt Ryan doesn't have the wins to go with it. So it has to go to Aaron Rodgers, who seems to be a little more consistent. The reason I took it away from Christian McCaffrey, the touchdowns are there, but the yards have depleted tremendously. This man was rushing on people 200 and 300 yards per game, and we see people putting 9 in the box, 10 in the box. They saying we will let the Panthers beat us any other way than by this man right here. So because of that, I gotta give it to Aaron Rodgers. So congratulations, Aaron Rodgers. You are the NFC Offensive Player of the Month. All right, moving on defensively. Man, this guy right here, I hate to keep giving it to him, but I mean, there's nobody else doing what this man is doing. 15.5 sacks a game. I mean, That's a once in a lifetime type of player, and he seems to be surrounded by the right group of defensive ends and other defensive players who are allowing him to get these one-on-ones. I said hit your slants. I said hit your screens. It don't seem to be making a difference because he has a team that supports what he do. Therefore, he's able to continue balling out like he do. And this guy, he's running away with the award right now. The only person who may have a chance to catch him is this guy right here, Darian Thompson, with 7 interceptions as a safety. I want him to have a little more tackles, but 7 interceptions in 7 games, that's pretty good. That's pretty good, man. 1 interception a game, that right there will put you right there in a race with this man. I just need to see a little more out of him. I don't know if I'm gonna see that. We're trying to get the Giants back. Hopefully he can continue to ball out with us. But that right there puts him at number 2 and puts Aaron Donald at number 1. So congratulations to him. AFC Defensive Player of the Month. Pretty simple. Nobody else is. It's a real tight race, but I mean, again, last time it was JJ Watt. This time it's Cameron Wake because he seems to have ascended a little bit more than JJ Watt. JJ seems to be stuck pretty much within that range. I guess people are kind of figuring out the Texans maybe, and he's not as productive as he'd like to be. So this month it goes to Cameron Wake. All right, the well requested, but certainly not the least, ass whooping of the week. Let's get to it. All right, ass whooping of the week for week 7. Now, honestly, it could have went to a series of teams. We had a lot of dirty, grimy games where guys just wasn't letting up. And I gotta say, man, I got me a piece of that too, but we're gonna get to that. It could have went to your boy Chiefs again, number 1 in offense. We see why. I mean, he just put the Raiders out of the league. Like, man, that's crazy that we keep having these guys like that. He put the Raiders out of the league. Luckily, we found a pretty decent player who says he's going to come back in. He's going to make the Raiders great again. So it could have went to the Chiefs. But nah, we can't do that because there's worse than him. It also could have went to the Giants, man. Just retired from the league again. We want to get him back in. But it could have went to him 40-7. He was doing pretty good. One of the interception leaders, and the Seahawks they kind of shut all that down, man. They shut all that down. So again, it could have went to that guy. Could have even went to the Cardinals losing 45-10. Not quite as bad as the others, but pretty close. But it goes to 2 players. 1, the Bears. We got to look at this. You got ass whooping of the week, my dude, losing 43-0. Let's look at this. Why, man? More than anything, offensively, man. What can I say about this? Y'all guys, y'all playing these top 3 defenses. Again, what did I say last time? I said you got to get at least 20 yards a game. At least 20 to stay off this show. You got to get at least 20. Last time I think the guy got 16. This time we got a guy that came in got 13. I told you last time, my grandma, my auntie, my mama can get 20 yards. I guess these guys ain't listening to me. Pretty much what I got to say about this: stop turning the ball over. When you turn it over, this guy takes it back. That's all you saying. That's all you saying. You got the same amount of possessions, but stop turning the ball over, man. It's ridiculous. What I need you to understand is because you stand in the driveway, it does not make you a car. The same way as putting on that uniform and showing up to the game does not make you a real team. And because of that, 43-0 and only 13 offensive yards, you are ass whooping of the week. Mr. Massacre, get it together, man. And lastly, I don't take pride in doing it, but I got to do it. Got a job to do. Ass whooping of the week goes to this guy, Bengals. This is a divisional game, man. Now that means this is an ass whooping that you will see not once, but twice a year. Now it's a conflict of interest for me to be giving it when I'm the team that gave the ass whooping. But please believe I gotta do it. Because this guy, again, did not show up to play. The same way that standing in the middle of the road does not make you roadkill, which in this case it very well did make you roadkill. Showing up to a game, again, putting on a uniform, does not make you a real team. You know what it does make you though? Ass whooping out of weight. And that is all, people. If you like the show, tell your friends. If you don't, jump off the building.